What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we have the official season 4 patch notes. If you find the video helpful or informative, don't forget to hit that like button. But let's go ahead, let's get into it. So global stability and performance address various issues causing improper first-person animations. For the customization, camos can now be equipped on the Beast Glove blueprint. No Fear weapon decal no longer has a white border wall equipped. Equipping the Carriage skin on the MCW assault rifle will no longer result in an error. Fixed an input device exploit allowing unowned blueprints to be equipped. The Jack glassless optic is now unlocked as expected upon purchasing a relevant blueprint. For multiplayer, the UI got an update. Weapon mastery and unlock challenges can now be added to track challenges. XP bonus potential from compatible operator skins are now displayed while in the lobby but not in the party. They did a couple bug fixes for the UI as well. Corrected a spelling mistake in the red camo challenge for the WSP Swarm. Player icons on the minimap will no longer appear to follow the Wilson HS. Vests that disallow primaries will no longer prompt to quick equip invalid weapons. Adjusted pros and cons displayed for specific attachments to better reflect their actual statistics. Fixed improper tile placement in the gunsmith while the compression carrier vest is equipped. Activate prompt is no longer displayed on completed armory unlocks. For the gameplay itself, spawn protection is now disabled when the player inflicts damage or locks onto a kill streak. Fix the bug causing spawns to not match the intended directionality of a map. Increase detection distance for nearby enemies in small map selection, and decrease the volume of footstep sounds from enemy players. It looks like they were tired of everyone using the covert boots and they want everyone to use other types of sneakers, so they lowered the audio of all of them. But the progression, collateral kills now progress battle rage kill challenges as expected. Kills with battle rage challenges now track progress correctly, and fixed an issue causing the ISO 9 to not unlock upon challenge completion. For the map updates, we received 6-star reworked hardpoint capture point locations, sizes, and associated spawns. The club, the lounge, the rooftop bar, and the sky bridge. DOS house corrected orientation of the vertical hanging American flag. Grow house added the ability to mount at various locations where functionality is expected. High-rise environmental explosives are no longer present in CDL and ring play modes. Underpass improved spawn safety assessment near the train yard. Now for the modes, arcade, unlimited ammo grenade power-up timer now disappears upon death. Cutthroat, allies needing a revive are now indicated as such on the scoreboard, and one in the chamber, life streaks are now correctly tracked on the scoreboard. And then for the weapons and attachments, this is only for multiplayer. The BP-50 decreased movement speed from 5 to 4.8, decreased the sprint speed, decreased the tactical sprint speed, and then for the Jack Revenger kit, decreased the movement speed, the crouch speed, the sprint speed, the tactical sprint speed, the ADS movement speed, maximum damage, near medium damage, and the medium damage. That got a massive nerf. And then the MCW increased the head damage multiplier to 1.25. For the SMGs, the FJX Horus decreased recoil gun kick, increased maximum damage range, increased near medium damage range, and increased the lower torso damage. The no stock mod increased the ADS movement speed benefit. The Lopper added 3% ADS movement, so the FJX Horus got a buff. The Ram 9 increased maximum damage range and increased the near medium damage range, small buff. The AMR 9 increased maximum damage range and increased near medium damage range. The Rival 9 fixed an issue causing the Trebuchet brake attachments to be unavailable, increased the maximum damage and increased the near medium damage. For the Jack Headhunter carbine conversion, increased the rate of fire, the maximum damage, near medium damage, minimum damage, decreased the neck and upper torso damage multipliers along with the lower arm and hand damage multipliers. For the HRM, increased maximum damage range from 16.5 to 17.8, increased near mid damage range, and then the Striker 9 increased the maximum damage range and the near medium damage range. And for the regular Striker, increased the maximum damage range and the near mid damage range as well. For the WSP-9, increased maximum damage range and near medium damage range. For the MCW 6.8 marksman rifle, resolved an issue causing recoil overcorrection after firing. And then for the launchers, the RGL-80 decreased aim down sight time and decreased explosive damage by 80% in hardcore modes. For the perks, Gunslinger Vest fixed an issue causing throwing star kills to not refresh stamina. Gunner Vest updated description to remove mention of handgun ammo benefit, aligning with other existing factors. Compression Carrier Vest fixed an issue causing throwing star kills not to trigger health regeneration. Assault Gloves updated description to mention recently added reticle spread benefit. For the Killstreaks Precision Airstrike, decreased delay before damage occurs by 2 seconds. increased explosive damage radius, cruise missile increased explosive damage radius, the SAE decreased delay before explosive damage, increased explosive damage radius, and remove the stun effect on victims before the death. Remote turn increased the cost from 7 kills to 8 kills, decrease hits required for turn destruction for specific damage types. Melees are now 12 hits to 3 hits, launchers from 3 hits to 2 hits. Improved detection of the EMP hits, the Wilson increased cost from 8 to 9, Overwatch Helo increased from 8 to 9 and decreased incoming damage by 50%. Emergency airdrop decreased the cost from 10 to 9. Carpet bomb decreased from 10 to 8 and increased explosive damage radius and the bomber flight speed. VTOL jet decreased from 10 to increased from 10 to 11, decreased incoming damage by 50% and decreased machine gun explosive damage. The gunship increased the cost from 12 to 13. Chopper gun increased cost from 12 to 13. Decreased incoming damage dealt, decreased turret explosive damage, and decreased turret explosive damage radius. EMP decreased the cost from 13 to 12, and visual effects will no longer play twice if the player dies during detonation. The Swarm fixed an issue causing drones to dive bomb immediately after the player who summoned it dies. Fixed an issue causing drones to spawn away from the play space on DOS House and Mercado Los Almas. And then the zombie section, which is usually the smallest, stability and performance, fixed the client crash issue when players attack All For One's fort and attempted to engage AFD in his room. Customization fixed the bug preventing the Mimic operator from being equipped. The Longbow sniper rifle's extinction blueprint is no longer missing all the attachments. The UI fixed an issue where players would see the default loading screen instead of the selected loading screen while infilling. Unlocked items should no longer appear to be locked in the gear menu. The HUD overlay from the Golden Sergeant's Beret no longer flickers on and off when near a Mercamp UAV scrambler. Fixed an issue where player gamer tags in the squad missions tab of the TAC map were difficult to read. They also did some gameplay updates, addressed an issue that prevented the Morse photonic charge barrel from applying the correct damage values when fully charged. Deploying the Juggernaut skin no longer incorrectly deploys the Juggernaut Recon killstreak for multiplayer. Dying while using Juggernaut killstreak no longer causes loss of all weapons. Fixed an issue where shooting a Wonder weapon near the Sergeant's Beret, friendly Merc would cause the Merc to be affected by the weapon's ADE shocking feature. Fixed an object collision issue that would occur when being grabbed by the Mimic. Loot in the bookstore location named Feroz and Sons is now accessible. Dark Ether Rift, the Ether Storm will no longer spawn on top of the tornado at the Rift Gate. Fix several instances of zombies not pathing as intended on Rift Run. Fix several out-of-map exploits and glitches that resulted in players falling through the map. The Dark Ether in the newest Act 4 story mission, players are now able to reach the Pack-a-Punch location by foot. Fixed an issue where the vote prompt would block users from starting the Dark Ether Rift after a teammate left the squad. Eliminated several environmental exploits and progression. Fixed an issue where the third punching bag could not be activated, blocking progression in the tattered MMA gloves attunement challenges. Now we jump into the Warzone side of things. So the performance addressed various issues causing improper first-person animations. Customizations, camos can now be equipped on the Beast. No Fear weapon decal no longer has white border. Equipping the Carrage skin on the MCW assault rifle no longer results in error. Fixed an input device exploit allowing unowned blueprints to be equipped, and the Jack Glassless optic is now unlocked as expected upon purchasing relevant blueprint, which we already talked about all this for the multiplayer side. Now in Warzone, the player count has been increased in Years Extend Battle Royale to 120, up from the original 100, and then they pretty much gave a long description on why they did that, but the good news is they did it. And then the map updates for Years Extend. Bunkers, unlocked bunkers now have escape hatches as alternate exits. New rewards have been added to various locations. And then there's also 4 new Gulag layouts, so they're talking about like the new content. We have the Warzone playlist that's live right now all the way up until June 5th. And here's a photo showcasing Buyback Royale in solos, rank play as usual, plunder in quads, Battle Royale, duos, trios, quads, a Years Extend, and resurgence in a map rotation of all solos, duos, trios, and quads. And then the general new stuff. So there's a new feature called Warzone Rewards. They end up providing a photo of this. These are all the different types of challenges and rewards you're able to complete. And it looks like every single one of them is going to have some sort of a camo that you'll be able to unlock. And they actually all look very sick. But the next thing that we have right here, Years Extend all modes, tac sprint boots, infiltrating any accessible bunker to obtain tactical sprint boots perk will give you an increase to your base speed and infinite tactical sprint improvement. does not drop on death, can be found in bunkers. Correction, does not reduce fall damage. Specialist perk, this perk grants you advantages of every single perk now available at the buy station for 30,000. And then you have the bunker buster, special type of missile, and then yeah, I guess that's just being added to battle royale. Utility box, loot hot zones, so new areas of the map that are going to be hot zones giving you better loot, and a lot of people are going to land there. You have the runaway train, which is going to be a public event, but they mentioned that was not going to happen until the mid-season update. Very similar to the Santa sleigh ride resurgence mode, where the circle will follow the train. And then you have a new vehicle called the Polaris RZR. In terms of the adjustments that they made for Warzone, it says ground loot weapons, no weapon went unturned in this season's ground loot weapon update. Players will find updated ground loot builds across every weapon class. The gas mask now has a manual, automatic, and semi-automatic setting. A new keybind has been added to allow for manual behavior. Buy station improvements, purchase weapons will now drop behind the player to make it easier for them to distinguish from nearby loot. And then in the Years Extend Battle Royale, the initial circle, the delay time before the first circle begins to shrink has been increased to 2 minutes, up from 1. Redeployment weapons, players will now respawn from the Gulag with updated primary and secondary weapons. The Gulag loadout updated some primary and secondary loadout weapons, adjusted weapon loadout in the locked and loaded and climb and punishment Gulag events. C4 has been removed from Gulag loadouts, and then they did loot updates. So loot has received general balance pass. Many items have had their rarity adjusted, making some items more common in ground loot while others are exclusively rare in chests. The overall acquisition rate of cash via ground loot supply boxes has been reduced by 50%. The density of ground loot has been reduced by 15. Supply boxes overall frequency increased by 20. Frequency of basic rarity has been reduced by 9. Frequency of legendary rarity has been increased by 5. Frequency of reusable rarity has been increased by 4. Gulag tokens, very low chance in general loot, guaranteed for most wanted and limited inventory at buy stations. Redeploy pack doesn't spawn in general loot, low chance as reward for most wanted, and redeploy flare, low chance in legendary chests, lower chance where support items can spawn such as medical cabinets. The following legendary items are now exclusive to certain locations: durable gas mask only in bunker and intel contracts, redeploy pack, black site and most wanted, and foresight bunker chests, while specialist perks are only in buy stations. Buy station inventory update, where I'm not going to read this entire thing, but they did a full update to the inventory and just showcase everything and the prices that they will cost. So this is just like a little screenshot of that. Now for Rebirth Island, late game circles may now end on a wider variety of locations than they did before. Brand new weapons, the Superi 46, they just give a little description for it, tell you that's in the battle pass. Same thing with the Car 98K. I'm not sure where they mentioned it here in the blog post, but I heard that it's actually one shot in Warzone to the head up to 60 meters away, so that's really good news for Warzone. And now we go on to the weapon adjustments. The BP50 got a massive nerf, decreased the movement speed, the sprint speed, the tactical sprint speed, and even the Jack Revenger kit got a massive nerf, decreased the movement speed, the crouch movement speed, the sprint speed, the tactical sprint speed, and the ADS movement speed. The BAL 27 near mid damage range increased to 49.53 from 39. Mid damage range increased to 60. Lower arm and hand modifiers increased to 1.1. The Holger 556 near mid damage range increased to 50 meters, and then the leg modifier increased to 0.95 from 0.85. The SVA 545 mid damage decreased to 22, down from 24. Headshot modifier decreased to 1.3 from 1.4. The MCW minimum damage increased to 22, up from 20. The MTD 556 maximum damage range increased. The near mid damage range increased, and the headshot modifier increased to 1.25. The cast off 762 mid damage range increased to 57.15. Arm and hand modifiers increased to 1.15. Lower torso modifier increased to 1.15, and leg modifier increased to 1. The Chimera near mid damage increased to 26. Arm modifier increase and lower torso modifier increase. The ISO Hemlock from MW2 mid damage increase, minimum damage increase, and arm modifier increase. For the SMGs, the AMR9 maximum damage increase to 29, maximum damage range decrease, near mid damage increase, and new damage range added for the mid damage set to 25, and the damage range is 34 meters. For the FJX Horse, got a massive change. Maximum damage has been increased, near mid damage increase, mid damage increase, and minimum. The maximum damage range, the headshot modifier was decreased. Arm and hand modifiers increased, lower torso modifier increased, leg modifier as well, and then they decreased the recoil gun kick to 35. No stock mod increased ADS movement speed benefit, The Lopper LX added 3% ADS movement. The Rival 9 increased bullet velocity, and the Jack Headhunter carbine conversion increased rate of fire. The Striker 9 minimum damage decreased to 21, maximum damage range decrease, and headshot modifier decrease. The WSP 9 maximum damage range decrease, near mid damage decrease, mid damage range decrease, and lower and arm hand modifiers decrease. For the LMGs, the DG58 headshot modifier decrease and decreased the bullet velocity. Doesn't look like it's that big of a nerf. The Holger 26 headshot modifier increased to 1.3 down from 1.2, and the last change was the XRK Stalker neck modifier decreased to 1.2 down from 2. Went ahead and did updates to Warzone Rank Resurgence. It says adjustments in Resurgence. Teams that place first in a match will now receive 125 SR instead of 100. Iridescent deployment fees have been reduced by 5 SR. This does not apply to everything else. UI match stats. The new stats panel for multiplayer has been adapted to Warzone, allowing players to consult their match and weapon stats during a match. Match stats are also viewable in the after action report. Third person parachute added a new setting that allows players to see their operator parachuting from third person's perspective. Squad widget info icons for armor plates, gas masks, and kill streaks will now appear under squad member health bars to indicate what they currently have in their inventory. Contract timer. The contract widget will now display a visual timer bar indicating the remaining time of the contract. And they also did some bug fixes which fixed issues causing the resupply perk to have incorrect secondary description, fixed an issue causing some players to experience stuttering when moving the cursor on the tac map, and other issues. And I'll just have a screenshot, but this is pretty much everything you need to know in terms of the patch notes. A lot of new content coming out today, so definitely expect another video that'll go up later. But anyways, that's all that I got for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been your boy Tridzo, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys again. Peace.